hello everyone. Welcome to the long-awaited Thick Boys podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Andy.
And I'm Carlos.
And he's the other host. Yes, he is. Oh boy, here we go. This has been in the works. We've done like 3 or 4 episodes that never aired, and this is the official Go Time Go, Clifford the Big Red Dog edition. Don't know why I said that.
maybe we'll release the lost tapes if everyone donates to our Patreon.
Yes, that has yet to be set up, but still subscribe. I don't know. In the meantime, we got a couple of. Damn it!
Oh my god!
It did not work. We're gonna pop some brewskis. The brewskis have been popped, and the first thing we're gonna do is talk about summer movies. See, here's the bad planner that I am. We planned to watch the whole movie, and then I was like, "Yo, we don't have time for that, so we're just gonna watch the trailers and react to what we remember from."
Well, yeah. So the original plan when we were planning this out was let's watch a movie and then we'll just talk about the movie.
Yeah.
And then just neither of us just got to it.
Yeah. Because we wanted to watch it together, but yeah, it happens. So this first trailer reaction is centered around summer baseball movies. So we've got 3. The first one is going to be The Sandlot, and we both have seen it, and pretty prominently. So we're just gonna watch it on my phone, and don't play. There we go, and we'll just kind of react from there. Sound up, yes. All right, 3, 2.
I know you're smart and I'm proud of you. I want you to make some friends this summer.
Meet Scotty Smalls.
Kale, get it! The kid is a L7 weenie.
Did y'all ever do stuff like that? Cause you have 2 brothers and I have several siblings. Did y'all ever do lame hand signals that were probably gang signs later in life?
My brothers and I respected each other as individuals. We never disrespected one another.
Interesting.
In such a way that would make the other person feel bad about themselves, bad about their status in life, bad about their athletic skills.
You know what you sound like right now? You sound like an L7 weenie.
No, I mean, yeah, I think it was a lot more common with my friends. We would definitely...
Yeah. Especially when
hey man, you're a loser. And you're like,
fucking, we're gonna do the
why does that
with an L on her forehead.
Why does that hurt my feelings so much?
Why is Shrek everything in my life?
My life's over.
Man, this is baseball. You gotta stop thinking. You just have fun.
Climb trees, hop
when I
fences,
was
get
younger-
into trouble.
What's that dude's name? The Jet Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I wanted to be him so bad, dude.
Well, your last name fits,
Dude, he was so cool.
Just stand there
All right.
and stick your glove out in the air. I'll take care of it.
Now he's in
What an absolute dream.
All right.
with the coolest guy.
Can we also talk about how so many of these trailers from the 90s had Green Onions 45, the soundtrack with the...
Guys in the neighborhood. They've got the look.
Yeah, they do.
Wow. Hey, girls.
Objectification.
They've got the rap.
Blockhead.
Did you ever go to the local pool and just terrify and just harass women and
Was that a desire of mine? Maybe if I was a different person and if I hadn't had a deep-hearted fear of pools growing up, because you taught me last year
Oh yeah,
how
I
to
did
swim.
teach you how to swim,
And,
so I guess you couldn't have gone.
Yeah, so
when you were
I
younger.
would go because field trips and shit, and then I would be there and I'd be like, "Hey guys, How's it going down there in 8 feet?
Did you?
I'm just gonna chill in 3.5.
Were you the kid that went to the pool and wore a t-shirt in the pool?
Back to the trailer.
Moron! You bought for apples in the toilet! And you like it!
Oh, here it
you
comes.
play ball like a girl!
Fucking got him, dude.
Fucking am I right?
Got his ass.
Meanwhile, Mariana's behind the camera like, you fucking assholes.
Dude. Girls can't play ball.
Duh. Like,
Loser.
Elizabeth winning.
You fucking suck, bro.
I got it! Oh no!
But something else has got their ball.
I just remember the movie being, like, I've watched it within the past 5 years, so I'm familiar enough with it to where I just remember it's like, they're just like, in the biggest bamboozle that ever happened in our group. And then it's just like, it takes a complete shift once they introduce the beast halfway through. They're just like, it's no longer about baseball. We're talking about this dog.
This is a monster flick now.
This is scary.
That wasn't my ball!
That's Trotta gave it to him. Babe Ruth signed that ball.
We gotta get that ball back.
Got any bright ideas?
Initiate retrieval section number 1. Power connect. Come on, help me, it's heavy!
Yeah, it like turns into the Avengers. Like Endgame, like doing a heist.
That's where the Russo brothers just got their most of the content.
Yeah, they're just like sitting at home. They're like 8 years old. They're just like, we gotta make that ship big.
Now! Fire!
Of course, tequila. Like,
Mommy, look a doggy! Ooh, a big doggy.
20th Century Fox presents
Hey guys,
Why did they
it's
just
the
show like
Sandlot
half the chase right there?
Yeah.
Like, that's a dude. Most of these trailers from the 90s, they just gave you the movie in condensed form.
no, like every single trailer from the 90s does that. It's just like, hey, you like this, but longer?
Like, people complain nowadays where they're like, don't watch the trailer, it'll give too much away. It's like, no, don't watch the trailer in the 90s.
Yeah.
You already saw the movie.
It's just like, you know what you want. Like, you just want to tune out for an hour and a half.
But I guess no one really watched The Sandlot to be like, oh, I wonder what happens in the end.
Do you think the beast is real?
You're the ones that making all that racket.
James Earl Jones!
Iconic, man.
Oh my god, dude,
And
I forgot about James Earl Jones.
Well, and when I'm a kid watching this for the first time, my siblings are just like, oh yeah, James Earl Jones. I'm just like, he's Mufasa.
He's
like,
Mufasa.
That's all I know of him.
He's Vader.
He's Dr. Vader. Yes, I said Dr. Vader. Get used to it.
Time of Adventure.
Come on, Squid, you can do it! Go through, bud!
Dude, that's assault. That's problematic.
I think this is what inspired when I asked out that 6th grader when I was in 3rd grade. I was just like, if Squids could do it, so can I. Like, I'm totally gonna try.
The Sandlot. A little piece of paradise. A half a block wide and a whole season long.
Could you do that in After Effects?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Scotty, have you made any friends yet?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
That wasn't a fucking answer.
What a really odd clip to end like the trailer on.
Have you made any friends? Marble.
What the fuck was that ending?
I don't know, man. Editors were on some dumb shit, let me tell you. All right. So that was The Sandlot for our second one. It's my personal favorite, which is Rookie of the Year.
That's a solid one.
Yeah. And here we go.
Mom, come on. I got a game.
Henry thinks that he's actually going to play today.
Henry Rowengartner had a dream.
Yes.
Play in the major leagues.
Gang!
Real quick, pause it. Did you play Little League Baseball as a kid?
I played up until I was in like 1st grade.
Okay, what position were you in?
They fucking let us do whatever. It was T-ball.
Okay, but where did they have you? Where did the
I wanna
coach... When
say-
the coach looked you in the eye and he was like, Andrew, I need you, big guy.
Andrew, you're 4. Get out there
Where
and
are
do
we
your
putting
fucking job.
Where did they put you?
Probably second. think.
Really? Damn, man, you were a star, I guess. Don't take that. Don't take my skepticism as offense. But infield is where they put. Oh my god.
You want a sock?
A sock. Oh my god. Just drink it. Well, as I was saying, the infield is totally where they put the good kids. If you were in the outfield in Little League Baseball, that's how you knew you were garbage. Because like the ball never made it out there, so you spent the entire game just like sitting and like picking flowers and picking grass.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not speaking from experience because I was like shortstop all day.
Yeah,
baby.
dog,
I was
yeah,
a star
yeah.
player.
Yeah, me
I was
too.
never in right field. So yeah, the trailer looks good.
Stood in his way.
What the fuck is your problem?
Until one day, everything fell.
Are we still watching Rookie of the Year? Because like his experience as a little leaguer was like very
5 minutes.
insignificant.
Yeah, it was like
It's already made up
He kind of likes baseball.
30
That's all you
seconds
gotta
of
know.
this trailer.
I had the and we can dub over this dude, what the fuck?
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
into place.
Oh, that was so funny to me as a kid.
August. And now rotate from the shoulder
Yes.
slowly.
Get his ass.
Best line.
Butt loving.
Did he say funky butt loving?
Those tendons have healed.
Comedy gold. Molto bene.
A little tight.
Now, the kid who wasn't.
Oh shit. That song is not in the movie at all.
Damn. It is mom. Quite the looker.
Yeah. Wonder if she's single.
Hit us up if you're watching this, whatever your name is, in the movie. I don't know the actress's name, but if you by chance happen to watch the Thick Boys podcast,
Is it
we'd love to
Diane
have you-
Keaton?
Is it?
I don't think so.
We'd love to have you on the podcast.
Yes.
In the big leagues.
I'm in a picture.
I like that, especially in the 90s. This was way before they had won the World Series. And so he's just like, you can play for the Cubs. It's just like, yeah, the last in the fucking pennant, yeah.
The youngest person in history to play Major League Baseball.
Dude, remember when John Candy was in everything?
Yeah. Also, we're gonna watch Uncle Buck eventually, and you keep being like, I don't know about that one.
Well, okay, like, I just have to say, Uncle Buck already, it just sounds racist. I don't know why, but it just sounds like it would be a racist movie, or have some serious, like, racial undertones underneath, like, and you're just kind of like,
There's like no people of color in it.
Alright.
So
already a classic 90s movie.
John Hughes really climbing the mountain. Like, we're talking full about it, but it's worth a watch.
Yes, dude. That guy's the shit.
Like, what else has he been in besides this? Because I
Home
honestly...
Alone. He was one of the...
Yes, duh.
Come on, dude. I'm like doing your job for you.
He's a chameleon. He can...
Okay.
He's a chameleon.
But what can one 6th grader do against pros like
He's
these?
6th grade? No, he's 14.
He wants.
Dude, got him. Slapstick comedy.
Fucking got him.
Let's fucking go.
Fucking got him.
Dude, it's so
Who's
good.
on first?
Doesn't that guy, like, bang his mom? I'm pretty sure, like...
In the edit, we're going to have that line and then have the video of him going, yeah!
I'm fairly certain, like, they're just like...
Way to go, Henry!
Henry, I love your mom.
Reverend Gutner!
Okay, but, like, in real life, that situation, that would be infuriating. You're, like, at a Cubs game, you're like, all right, like, can we just... like, I paid
$200!
Actually, I didn't really pay a lot, because, like,
yeah,
you
because
guys
the
are
Cubs in the
garbage
90s,
and-
before their whole hope. This is what ignited the hope, let's be honest. They were just like, if a kid could do it, maybe we could actually have it. No. Anybody? No? Okay. They're just like, it's the curse.
To a minor.
I didn't like that line.
This summer, the majors will be answering to a minor.
You seem a little weird. Play! Okay. As a thick boy myself, let me just say, we don't deal with any... No.
So they don't give away the ending in this?
I don't think so.
This isn't a good 90s trailer.
Yeah. And they use a song that isn't featured prominently throughout the film.
Okay. You know what I'm about to do?
What are you about
I'm
to do?
about to spoil this movie. Because one thing that always pisses me off... By the way, you can just run that ad and just put the volume down.
Okay.
One thing that always pissed me off about Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a little bit of exposition on the movie. When the movie begins and he goes to the Cubs game, they are the bottom of the barrel team in the MLB. The Cubs are just like trash.
Yeah.
In fact, like one of the things is that like they're just not even getting any attendance.
Yeah.
And like one of the dudes is like, oh, like we're going to move the team or sell the team or some shit.
Yeah.
And then like I think the dude's dad goes, no, like, we're the Cubbies, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, that kid has his surgery right, throws the pitch, it goes crazy, and they're like, that kid can bring in a crowd, right? And sure, yeah, that'll bring in a crowd, but realistically, in the MLB, a starting pitcher will play once every 4 games.
Yeah.
So, hypothetically, even if he won every single game he started, he would, like, realistically only end up getting about, like, maybe 30 to 40 wins. Mm-hmm. That would not be enough to let the Cubs make the playoffs, because they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And in the wild card game, he, like, his arm just magically fixes itself, and so now he can no longer pitch like an MLB pitcher.
Yeah.
And so then they have to miraculously pull off a win in that game because, need I remind you, the Cubs are still garbage.
Yeah.
Like, they just got this kid as a pitcher.
If
So now they win the wild card game, right? And you're like, wow. And then he retires because he's like, yeah, I'm a kid who can't pitch for shit anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, he goes, yeah, freeze frame. They show his World Series ring, and I'm left thinking, what the hell happened in the Divisional Series, the Championship Series, and the World Series? Like, what do you mean they won the World Series without, like, their best pitcher when they were a garbage team? I'm sorry. Like, I get that the 90s movie wants me to suspend disbelief. Look, this kid's pitching.
pitching.
All right. Yeah, sure, he can pitch, but he's no longer on the team. The Cubs aren't magically good.
Yeah, like, let's be honest, his final woo-ha could have had, you tried.
Could have had, you brought the Cubs to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Congrats. And I would have been like,
You
there
sure
go.
did better than everyone else, apparently.
I'm sorry that I went off on a rant on Rookie of the Year. Still a great movie, but just, come on, guys.
You're like me in the Lost episodes. Catch them soon on Patreon. All right, so this third and final one. This one is the Bad News Bears, the 2005 one. Richard Linklater and I want to say Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, he was.
Is this the new one?
Yes.
Right.
So this one came out in 2005, and yeah. Anything else you have to contribute?
My dad loved the 70s version, and he showed it to us when we were kids.
Okay.
It was rated PG. This movie came out in 2005. It was rated PG-13. It was very raunchy.
Very raunchy.
And that just kind of shows you... It was as raunchy as the 70s one, honestly.
Okay.
That just kind of shows you, like, the ratings, like, back then, where they're just like... They're drinking beer? That's a PG movie. It's like, I don't know.
They're just a couple of humans being humans. Future leaders.
Can you believe they tried to keep these kids out of the league?
Mr. Buttermaker, shouldn't we be practicing?
One, sorry that the audio is weird, but also his name's Buttermaker.
Yeah? So what, dude? Don't be an asshole.
But like screenwriters, even the 70s ones, which I'm pretty sure they just took it from. Do you think they were just like, man, the 60s sure were great, huh? Yo, let's make it. While we do a movie about baseball, and his name's Buttermaker. He's just like, why? He's just like, why not? He's just like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Like,
Take a good long look at your opponent.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I made this for the second short film I ever made in like high school. Like, I'm pretty sure I had this fade out, insert text, fade out, fade back in.
Champions? Not for me to say, but no, they don't.
Is that Patrick Wilson? No, it's not.
It's the why do I know him as the guy from You've Got Mail with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan?
I don't even think I've seen that movie.
I don't.
I'm not a cinema student though, so I haven't seen all the movies in the world.
You don't need to be a cinema student to appreciate fine art.
Screwball. That's gonna look like it's coming right at you. So you
Wait, I'm lost by the trailer. How does he get the job? Like, he clearly is not invested in his own life.
Because like no one wants to coach the rejects. It's like the bench warmers.
Yeah,
like the bench warmers was just like that. It was just like the three of the guys. Then they had a bunch of like the rejects.
Yeah.
So that's basically what Bad News Bears is.
So benchwarmers were just like, we're gonna take this idea, throw it out there a year before the remake. and then the company behind Bad News Bears is just like, shit, like, we gotta catch up.
You gotta stick in there, you see what I'm saying? Alright, Tubby.
You know, this whole, like, sound audio thing not working on this YouTube trailer is really spoiling it before I can even appreciate it. It's like, clearly he just got hit, but he's about to throw. Like,
It's alright, kid. You had a helmet on. Imagine if you didn't. You know what I'm saying?
This is very out of sync.
is it on my end? I'm so confused. School of Rock.
Medals of the game out here.
This is very off, but whatever.
If you're tired of being counted out,
I love that the narrator still comes in. This is not a 90s movie anymore, but the narrator's still like, I'm still getting paychecks.
Well, remember that, like, mid-2000s, they were still about that, like, no, we still need narrators.
We need to tell you what's going to happen.
Audiences will not get the trailer. They won't follow what's happening.
What a bunch of fucking morons.
this is your team.
What happened to you, Tanner?
Gotta fight.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's not, like, the sounds sync. It's like this little guy's Billy Bob Thornton's voice. And I'm like, what?
The 6th grade.
This is your coach.
Is he dead? He's drunk. He took a vote. You don't want to play no more.
I haven't been as good a coach as I can be. But I know I can do it, because I know this game. You with me?
This is your chance.
Mr. Sledge, that kid's got an arm on him. Who is that?
That's Kelly Lee.
Oh, that's the girl. Yeah, see?
Kids on. I already said.
Who else has done that, where they have the girl comes in and she's, like, the best player now?
Wait, so that's a girl? Or...
Oh, never mind.
It's so out of sync, I don't know.
I don't remember. I feel like that was in this movie, too. And that was in another movie. What movie was that in?
Didn't make the trailer, apparently. Women can wait.
Ain't you ever heard of girls like a girl? I never heard that.
Yeah,
There
see?
it is.
They had just entered puberty.
This summer,
I feel like it's getting progressively off, too. It used to be like a second off. Now it seems like it's a whole minute off.
I really hope the person that uploaded this to movie clips, trailers, like, it's just like, I'm gonna fuck with these people real quick. Like,
feel good when you go up there. It's like when you get a chick that you didn't think you could get, and you got her, and you're like, just get ahead.
All right.
To be back.
Solid advice.
Billy Bob Thornton.
In all my years, I gotta tell you, this is my favorite team.
See, okay, this thing, that bit right there, that happened in Benchwarmers, didn't it? Where the dude with like that's like doesn't like sun.
Yeah,
Nick Swartzen or whatever. What's his
yeah.
name?
Yeah.
He like gets the hit or whatever, and then he doesn't run. So then they like come out there and they run for him. Like they start moving him. See,
Yeah.
dude, Benchwarmers copied Bad News Bears. And I didn't even realize.
No, because Benchwarmers came out. I'm pretty sure now I'm gonna hate.
Yeah,
this.
but this is a remake.
Yeah,
of the
but
70s
like,
movie.
did the 70s follow exactly?
It was. It was
Well, then
pretty-
what the fuck, Benchwarmers? Adam Sandler Productions, bullshit.
Was it an Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Was it a?
Well, he
what's
wasn't
that
in
called?
it. He wasn't in it.
What's it, Happy
Madison.
Happy Madison.
Happy Madison.
What a guy.
Get off work.
Bad News Bears.
I'm tired, guys. And I know it ties a lot like kissing your sister, but the way we've been coming along, it's more like kissing a really hot stepsister.
What?
That's what you're gonna end on?
What?
Man, the 2000s were a different time. Let me tell you.
I don't think
We're gonna talk about incest very openly.
I don't think I got his reference though.
don't think I did either.
Whatever. Well, that was summer movies.
Yeah. Just one moment as I save this real quick. So we saw the trailer. I've never seen Bad News Bears. Is that anything close to the movie as you remember?
I definitely remember the 70s version more fondly. I probably should have told you to get that trailer instead.
Okay, well,
The Bill Bob Thornton, I mean, I don't know. I feel like in 2005, what was I like? Yeah, I was 10. That movie was probably like hilarious to me. I was like, this movie rules.
Misogyny.
Look at that girl throwing a pitch. Yeah. Like 10-year-old me was probably like, this movie's a comedy because look at that girl playing baseball.
They showed cleavage.
Yeah, like ooh, Hooters. Hooters.
Brand.
Now I look at that, I'm like, it looks like an early 2000s comedy.
Yeah. Let's see. Thick Boys Media. Hey, follow us on social media.
Ooh, great time to plug in the graphics. They're right here.
Yes.
Wait,
see
no,
them.
they're over here.
See them floating?
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. And then maybe we'll get other stuff and it'll get plugged in, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm. While we're plugging in stuff, let's go over our first sponsor. Yes, we have one. Today's first sponsor is Micropenises. Join us September 7th for the annual Munch on Some Brunch Micropenis Awareness Benefit. You can enjoy bottomless mimosas, omelets on omelets, and complimentary tube socks. Because, you know. Anywho, so moving on to our next segment.
Seems like a really great event.
Yeah. September 7th. Yeah. Really benefits the
I'll have
kids.
to come check that out.
Yeah.
Our next sponsor for the Thick Boys podcast, the Clan. The Unicycle Clan. Have you ever looked at your bicycle and thought, that's too many wheels? We have the solution for you. The Clan rents out unicycles to men of all ages, and I can't help but notice that they did not include women in there. Whether you're a clown performing at a party or a hipster showing off a skill that most people find more obnoxious than impressive, the Clan has you covered. Visit theclan.com/thickboys and get 25% off your next order. That's theklan.com/thickboys. And I really feel like they could have spelled Clan with a C there. So, thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring the Thick Boys podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll have the Clan on as a sponsor again.
That was a really poor misjudgment by our producers, aka us.
But hey, you know, someone's gotta pay the light bills in the studio. So, I mean, we got a lot of them.
Yeah.
We need AA batteries, you know, for these. So.
And while we're plugging stuff one more time, contribute to our Patreon.
That doesn't exist.
Someday. You know, Venmo.
Just me personally.
Yeah.
not him.
PayPal, please.
All right.
All right, so our next one is a segment we're calling Childhood Chats.
Childhood Chats?
Yeah, childhood chat.
Dude, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. It's like he's part of the show. So Childhood Chats is we're going to take a random year from our past and pick out some vivid memories. This episode is covering 2007. So I was in 5th grade and Carlos was in
7th grade and 6th grade. Well, end of 6th grade, start of 7th grade.
Yeah. So does that mean
I
was 4th to 5th then?
Well, I was 12 years old.
Yeah,
11 or 12.
Yeah. So do you have anything right off the bat? I've got a vivid one.
Spill it, sis.
Oh, but just back in the day, November 2007.
Okay.
I have a brother, 5 years older than me. Great guy. Solid
What's his
guy.
name?
Brian.
Brian Phillips.
Hey, don't.
I thought your last name was out there. Okay.
And I am Andy
Got
Phillips. Follow my Twitter. Yeah, so November 2007. My brother and I, we go off to go up north to our grandparents' Christmas tree farm. We bougie. We chop down them trees. We get them tips. We get that paper. We making that money. We riding high. You know what we gonna do when we get home? We decide we want to go see B-movie, the Seinfeld flick.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was in theaters at our local hometown theater. We were very excited about it. We were like, let's go! So we load up into the car. Little do we know that you get, especially when you're a 16-year-old like my brother was. You know, he and I have had many a deep conversation. I never and still never will blame him for what occurred. It was an honest mistake, and I probably would have done the same thing.
It was his fault.
It was not. We were so used to driving on the interstate back from up north where we were working for the day. You know, we took the interstate all the way home. He was used to driving a bit faster, a bit closer, around 70 miles an hour or so.
As most teenagers do.
Yes, because, teens are like, I'm invincible, and kids are like, I don't know what death is yet. So we're like, yo, parents, what's good? And they're like, hey, we're over at the other side of the family, but we'll meet you at the theater. And we're like, sounds great, we're all sober.
Is that real?
Yes.
Okay.
No. I mean, we were.
Okay.
And I was 11.
Hey man, I knew 11-year-olds that were doing some dumb shit.
That's true. So my brother is driving, and I'm in the passenger seat of this Saturn SL2 navy blue, a great vehicle, nice little quaint vehicle. And we're driving down the country roads, take me home, but not quite because we have to go see. Thank you, Mariana. We have to go see B-movie. So we're about 2 miles away from our home. Just left and everything. And there's this old bridge that's real rickety, and it's got wood panels. It's like super country. Like no one's done work out here in years. And even when it was built, they were like, fuck it. Some kids will die someday and then we'll just fix it. Pretty close to what occurred, but like...
Yeah,
well, so we're going 70, and I think we were listening to Collective Soul by insert band title here. But that's what my brother says we were listening, or it was something else. That's going to be the soundtrack for... So we hit the bridge, we start flying, we go, and we're airborne. And we're starting to come down. I'm freaked out, but not yet. I'm like, this is a little fun. Have a little joyride. And I look over at my brother, and he's like, I'm like, babe.
Brian? Hello?
And we're veering right. And I see him go, as we land. we land, and we're veering right, so he tries to correct so we don't hit the ditch on the right side. So he jerks the wheel left, as you would. And this is a country road, so there's deep ditches.
Road.
Please keep me alive. He cranks it left, and so it overcorrects. So it turns, and then our front end hits the ditch. We flip 3 times, and somehow turn the other way. Meanwhile, while we're flipping, it was, I think, I have a vivid memory of Brian saying, "Andy, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I didn't know.
Dude, way to freak you out on his part.
Yeah. We're flipping. I'm just like, "How are we talking?" So we land, and I'm like, I don't have contacts at this age. My glasses are gone. His glasses are gone.
Did you have your little ironic and sassy T-shirts at the time?
So around this time, there were images such as this one.
I don't am I editing these in?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to.
Alright. If it doesn't get edited in, my bad.
In case it doesn't, I used to wear many a sassy shirt, basically up until college, and one in particular said, "How did skating on thin ice get me into so much hot water?" Not a funny joke at all, but I thought it was funny to adults, so I wore it so I would get attention. That's not what this 2007 story is about at all. So we flip. I'm very discombobulated. Thankfully, it's in the time of cell phones, and Brian had his in his pocket, so he's able to pull it out. Call their parents. We had a neighbor somewhat nearby, so they were able to drive over, make sure we were there. But the kicker is, everything was fine. The only injury was my right shoulder, and it was like a fracture, and I had to have it in a sling for
You fractured your shoulder?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm Rookie of the Year? That could have been me. I was like, I'm about that life. Yeah. Yeah. No, apparently, I didn't know about this until months after the fact, and I think it's just because I was so in shock of it all. The first ambulance that came to come and get us crashed itself. Because it was icy on the roads, and it went to turn onto the road, and it fell into the ditch. It just skidded in, and I thought it took a while for the ambulance to come, and I was right because we had to wait for the second ambulance to come from 20 miles away.
But the other ambulance went to go save the ambulance first, so you still had to wait for them.
Gotta get Tom.
Oh my god.
So that's my 2007 story. Brother Brian, I obviously love you. Yeah.
Mine's not...
What do you got, dog?
Mine's not as exciting or elaborate.
That's fine. I'm really tipped.
I did not have an exciting 2007, but I will tell you. 2007, I was in 7th grade.
Ooh.
And my teacher was pretty attractive. When you're in middle school,
she's still single.
As long as she was under the age of 35,
I know,
she was attractive. To the little middle school boys.
Basically, if they didn't have kids of their own, you're like, I have a chance, right? This could happen.
And so I don't even know how this came up. But so when I was in 7th grade, I really liked the band the Foo Fighters. Oh. And so they were playing at the Allstate Arena. And my dad got him, me, and my other brother tickets to go see the Foo Fighters. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how this came up, but I brought it up to my 7th grade teacher. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Oh my God, I'm going too." And in my head, I was like, "This is perfect." Out of school environment.
You're like, daytime.
Out of school environment. I'm gonna work the moves. I'm gonna sing her my favorite Foo Fighters song. Yeah. And it's gonna be
You're
great.
Gonna sing the Foo Fighters. Dave Grohl got
like DOA at the time. I don't even remember what my favorite like
He was just
2007 like Foo Fighters song was. But
Pretender.
I don't even think that was out yet. Well, so I'm like getting ready to go to the concert. I'm thinking in my head like, this is perfect.
This
like,
is perfect.
The stars are aligning. I'm totally gonna make my move, and you know the rest of my life is set.
Yeah.
And so we get to the concert. It's a fun time. But I remember at one point I like slipped away. like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I was like, you want me to come with you? And I was like, no, I got this. And I don't know what my plan was at the time. Like, am I just gonna wander the arena looking for my teacher?
Because you're not the age where you have a cell phone.
Yeah, like I didn't
let
have
alone
a phone.
had her number.
I might have had a cell phone that my parents gave me like for emergency only. And like,
yeah, but it's not like you'd be like, yo, where you at? Like,
and I didn't have her number, but I was just like,
it's not like you're standing in the crowd and you're like, Netflix and chill anyone?
I spent maybe like 5 minutes wandering. Like, I think we were in like the 300 level or like the high section of the Allstate Arena, and I like maybe walked like maybe from like I don't know, like maybe halfway around. So I didn't even go around the entire like top level.
Wait.
I just went around maybe half, and I was like, maybe I'll run into her, and I didn't. And like I just gave up. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and listen to the music.
Were you here in Chicago?
Yeah.
So you're at the United Center. You're just
no, the
like,
Allstate Arena. Well, it's like the United States. Allstate Arena is where the Chicago Wolves play.
Big.
But yeah, it's a big arena.
Yeah, so you walk halfway through, you're just like, pretty.
But not even halfway. Not halfway through the whole arena. Halfway through just the top level. Just where the concession stands in the back.
Like clearly she
could have been on the 100 level. She could have been on the ground level. She could have been on the 200 level.
Just
she
like,
could have been
we came
on
from
the
the
300
same
level.
socioeconomic background.
But I
she's probably in the
was
same
just
section.
I literally was just like, I'm just gonna walk around. I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna find her, and then I gave up because I was like, man, this is exhausting. And I went back to my seat. I remember seeing her the next day, and I was like, were you at the concert? She was like, yeah, it was great. And I didn't have the heart to tell her that I tried to make a move, but I didn't. So that was a story about how 7th grade me thought I got a chance with a 7th grade teacher, and she's totally going to go for it. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So yeah, that was a childhood memory from 2007. Thank you for helping me relive a really cringy moment of my 7th grade year. How I thought I could get with my 7th grade teacher. And at the time, like, mind you, this is not get with, like, I'm a 7th grader. So
yeah,
I'm not
just
thinking, like, ooh, I'm gonna, you know, do... I'm literally just being like, ooh, she's gonna marry me. Like, okay, sure, dude. Yeah.
You, like, see that one news article where it's just, like, the teacher and the student hook up. You're just like, I could dream. Like...
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, guys. Well, thank you for staying with us as much. We have our final segment of the day, which is Carlos's Florida Man segment. So
I like this one. So,
take it away.
In case you guys live under a rock and don't know, people in Florida are just like fucking a different species. Like, they're just not normal human beings. And so I thought it'd be great to get a couple headlines and, you know, throw them your way.
And I haven't seen these.
See what you think, you know, like, what stands out?
Like, I'm really tempted to, like, kind of figure out if we can, like, trace how it got to this headline.
So let me ask you a question. When you spent some time in LA, you use Lyft, right?
Yeah.
You had a good time.
A lot of time, yeah.
Right? You use the, you know, Lyft to get from place to
Lyft,
place.
Sometimes
Uber, right? Tell me, when you were taking Lyft, did you ever try to rob a store and then get your Lyft driver to be your getaway?
No!
Because...
Is this real?
A woman in Florida got arrested when their Lyft driver refused to be the getaway after a Florida woman steals e-cigarette.
Just an e-cig? That's what they stole?
That's
I don't even know if that's what you get. They're just like $30. Yeah, fucking keep it, I guess. Like, that's like me when I was 6 stealing packs of gum from Walmart, being like, I'm a badass. Like,
so she goes to the Exxon station, a gas station, and just apparently just did not want to pay $40 for the e-cigarette. Took it and then tried to get her Lyft driver to be
doesn't give the brand.
Let's go. And the Lyft driver was like, no.
Yeah, and just like, wait, so she admits she just robbed the joint. And
I guess, yeah. So
humans fascinate me. I guarantee there's nothing more to that story. She just woke up and was just like, yo, I gotta go get my e-cig on. I don't have a car. No. You know what? I'm gonna bring a buddy.
I'm gonna get my Lyft driver to take me.
Nice pal.
So here's another one for you. Let's say you are cleaning out the freezer of a grocery store, right?
Okay.
And you're going through. You're like, oh, this is expired meat. This is
yeah. I actually I did that. I did
right.
that.
These are some products, right? Like when you worked at your deli store, right?
Yeah.
These are actually very personal to you. That worked out really nicely. So let's say you're working at the deli, right?
Yeah.
And you're cleaning out the freezer, and you're like, oh man, this pastrami, gotta throw this out.
Get that out of here.
You're scraping off some ice, And then next thing you know, you're like, hey, what's that? What's that over there? What is that? I can't tell. Is that a body? Oh, that's terrifying. So you call the authorities, and then it turns out that that body had been missing for 10 years. That person was missing for 10 years, and you found them in your freezer. So for 10 years, this Florida man was just frozen in this grocery store's freezer.
Wait, so it's not like someone moved them there.
No, because the story talks about how the last time this person's mother saw him, he was still wearing the same clothes he was found in. So, hey, look at that. It's a shot.
How?
Hey man, Florida. Like I said, Florida people are a different species.
Health codes. Like
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, could you imagine if on an episode of Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay, you know how he goes through the freezer and he's like, this is like, there's chicken juice all over. There's raw chicken with the cheese. And then all of a sudden he's like, this is vegetables that are just frozen and, that's a bloody hell, that's a body. And you're like, what the, what?
Give me the white meat.
Like, yeah, so.
That's so odd to me. But like.
Welcome to the Sunshine State.
You need one?
No, I'm good. I'll take one. I'll take one.
I needed one.
For the pure sport of it, I'll take one. Here's the next one. So, let me run you through a scenario.
Okay.
Let's say you had a friend, me, and I won $2,500 on a scratch lottery ticket.
You gonna buy me a Tesla?
And let's say you're like, you know what, man? I'll cash it for you since you're an illegal, which I'm not. I'm not an illegal. And then I'm like, nah, man. That's fine. You don't have to do that. What would you do?
Wait, so you're the illegal?
Yeah. So let's say I'm an illegal, right?
And you're cashing a check
I won,
for me? I'm cashing it
I
for
won
you.
a $2,500.
Okay.
I won $2,500 on a
It's
scratch
only
lottery ticket,
2.5K.
and you're like, hey,
yeah.
Listen, man, I'll cash it for you since you're an illegal. And I'm like, no, I'm good. What would you do?
Me as the person offering?
The person who didn't win the money but offered to cash it for me.
I would take the no and be like, okay, have a good one.
Well, let me tell you, this man decided to stab his friend. Let me read you the headline. Carlos Hernandez had a friend who won $2,500 on a scratch lottery
You
ticket.
said Hernandez, not Rodriguez, right?
Tells him he'll cash it since he's an illegal, stabs him when he refuses. This was on July 31st, so literally like 2 days ago.
What?
Oh,
this isn't even on the top 10 list. Like, I just... It's just so far from my mental capacity and like understanding of like people's reactions, just like so severe on one. It's just like, hey, you came into a little bit of money. Like, this will take care of rent for like 3 months? Maybe?
In Florida, that's like your rent for the year.
Touche. I'm so used to...
Depending on I'm guessing where these crimes are happening, $2,500 will get you far.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah, I'm set for 4 years. Like, several fortnights. Like, I'm good to go. Oh my god. On that note, here's your shot. Clink, clink. To episode 1.
To episode 1.
And many more.
All right,
guys. Hey, I didn't do this. One. I didn't do the prep for the last part, so you're gonna have to vent while I find it.
Oh yeah, is this okay?
The next segment will be Twitter drafts.
In the first 3 episodes that were unreleased,
yes,
and maybe will get released if you pay on the Patreon, which there is no Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Running joke.
Someday.
Maybe.
Sometimes?
Probably not. Andy introduced a segment called Twitter Drafts, where he just goes into his Twitter and goes through his drafts, and there's some comedy gold in there that he doesn't put out.
But there's a reason it's drafts. Like, it's mediocre comedy, good enough to end a podcast, maybe not good enough to actually tweet out into the world. Who knows?
That's not true. You're selling yourself short.
But like, the systems work so far. Twitter, molto bene. I don't know why. So this next one is, let's see. Okay. Ooh. Oh, here's one that doesn't work because I simply I did not tweet it out in time, and otherwise it would be false. So this one is, I'm currently tipsy in a brewery, and a dog burst through the door and just came up to me first out of everyone in the room. I, am, tearing up, hard,
Hold on. Is that hard, last part? Like, you're tearing up hard, or are you just like, on a side note, I'm hard?
I'm hard. Well, it is in all caps. So who really knows?
We don't know your
that dog.
That dog came up and you were like,
no.
Oh, what's this?
Mom, please don't watch this. On that note, thank you for joining us tonight, or this morning, or this afternoon. I've been Andy.
I'm Carlos.
I will probably continue to be Andy. Thank you for joining us. And we hope you will come back next week, next month, next whenever.
And more importantly, if you're single and watching this, Andy's available.
For a limited time only? For a limited quantity? I don't know. What's a good catch line?
Are you hinting at something? You have someone in your life?
No. Thanks for the reminder.
No. Okay.
Goodbye.